Hi guys, it's the latest thing for mask wearing. Everybody's complaining that they can't breathe in their mask, so I came up with this idea. I saw it on the internet and thought I would buy it. It's pretty cool, don't you think? The baseball hat with the mask at the front. If I sneeze or cough, then it protects the person out there. I think it looks kind of cool and trendy. I don't know what you think. Comments below. I've been wearing it about town. A lot of people were complaining that wearing masks caused them a problem, and that they felt they were breathing back in their bacteria. So I kind of like this idea. I was walking around, I got some funny looks, but you know, what do you think? You like it, don't like it, you hate it, think it's awful, or do you think it's pretty practical and cool? So this week, what's been happening in Poland, or last week? Well, over the weekend, there were some protests in Warsaw. A lot of business people were protesting about the lockdown, and from what I saw on the internet, they seemed to be quite peaceful protests. However, they weren't keeping the distance that the government says we should keep from each other, and because of this, there seemed to be a bit of a huge police presence. There was some tear gas sprayed, I see from the internet, the videos and the pictures. What do you think? What's your opinion? Was it a legal protest? Was it an illegal protest? Were the police right to react? Do you think they were being too heavy-handed? Everybody seems to have an opinion. I've watched all the videos, I've looked at the photographs. I don't know what's going on. There seemed to be a lot of police there. They cornered off the protesters with all their vans and things. You know, write below what you think, because it seems to be fairly controversial. There are pictures of people, you know, wiping their eyes from the tear gas. There's a picture of the police officer spraying the tear gas. Is it fake news, do you think? You know, why would this kind of thing happen? And was it a peaceful protest? Was it illegal? I don't know. Write what you think below, because the pictures seem to be quite shocking. I know they went around the world, but you know, sometimes there's another side to the story and sometimes there isn't. I saw that one of the senators was arrested and then he was released again. Was that a publicity stunt? Was it the police out of order? Do you think that they were taking things too far? You know, watch the videos, look at the pictures, and then let me know below what you think is going on. The COVID-19 figure at the moment is 925 here in Poland. A few weeks ago there was an outbreak in Śląsk, which is where the miners are. There were 500 miners were tested for the COVID-19. Obviously miners work very closely together, and it was important to test them. Some people, however, are unhappy because they feel that frontline workers should be tested as well. You know, that the miners are not a priority. What do you think? Was it the right action to take? You know, the mining community is very tight down there in Śląsk. So the outbreak came and they were testing people. What's your opinion on this one? Do you think that they should prioritize other ways, or do you think the government was right to react very quickly and test all the miners? Poland uses a lot of coal, it exports coal. The industry has to keep going. What do you think? What's your opinion on that one? The Supreme Judge has now retired from the Supreme Court, and the panel of judges will now decide who will be the new Supreme Judge. They have to select somebody, and as I understand it, the judges are very divided. There are those who are kind of pro-government, those who are not pro-government, and therefore they may select different candidates who should become the Supreme Judge. And then, of course, Mr. Duda will decide, you know, who will take office of Supreme Judge. What's your opinion about that? What do you think about it? Do you think the procedure is good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's slightly biased, maybe? I don't know. Please write below. And the elections have been postponed, as I put in my last video. Who knows when they will be? I'm guessing they will be maybe in June. I really don't know. What do you think? What's your opinion? Write it below. The lockdown's released a bit now. People are out. I went to have a drive around and a walk around Alston just to see. People are still distancing, people are wearing masks, people I think generally are being fairly responsible, I have to say. I'm quite impressed. As you know, I was in Stegner the other week and the beaches were fairly empty. It was a beautiful day now. The rain, and rain. It's kind of like English weather at the moment. It's pretty awful. Yesterday was pretty bad. So everybody's sort of rushing around and you know, not spending too much time outside. But people still wearing masks. I noticed the shops, people are still queuing outside with the distance. Generally, I think it's not too bad here. We say we've got over 925 deaths so far, and they seem to be spread around certain areas of Poland. As you know, Poland is a very big country, and the towns are pretty much spread out, so there's a lot of space in between. People who come from the UK notice very much how much space there is in Poland with a population of about 40 million. And if you compare it to the UK, which I think has about 65, 68 million, but almost half the size of Poland, maybe smaller. So the density of the population in the UK is a lot more dense. In Poland, you really feel the space. Maybe that's why there are certain pockets in Wrocław, Poznan area, Warsaw, more towards the German side, whereas you go to more the east, it seems to be fairly free of the virus. So people are more relaxed now, but what do you think? Is it too early? Should we still be, you know, should it still be in lockdown? The schools, they're suggesting they might go back, they might not go back. Yeah, I've spoken to my students. They feel that they don't want to go back yet. They would feel happier going back in September. There's a little bit of a problem with the Matura test, which is very big in Poland. They haven't had a chance to have their mocks. What do you think about it? What's your opinion on this? The students are slightly worried. Generally, before the end of the semester, they have some mock exams to prepare them for Matura, which is a very, very important exam in Poland. And a lot of them feel they're not prepared for it, and generally they would be doing that. So is there another way? In the UK, they ask the teachers to assess every student and to give them a mark based on their work over the years. Is that a good idea? Is that a bad idea? Some people argue that the Matura exam depends how you feel on the day. You know, you could have a good student that's not feeling well and get a bad mark. So what's your opinion? Write it down below, please. The local English guy in the area suddenly hit the headlines. There you go. Cleaning up Missouri. This was the local newspaper. Now, I know you were going to criticize me and say, well, go to London, it's even worse. I don't live in London. I live here, and I have lived here for a long time. I clean my street, as you can see, and I clean around. And I do a lot of posting of trash in the area. It seems to be getting worse. Now, it might not be. They just also did an interview on the inside of me, why I came to Poland. So that was a local newspaper about me. Why did I come to Poland? You know, what I think of it here. Why do I do my YouTube channel? And so it was my little campaign. Unfortunately, in this area, I don't know about your area, but there's a battle between the town and the villages, and we had some of our bins taken away. And particularly in the forest, people seem to be dumping a lot of bags, and I'm trying to do my best because I live here. I'm not comparing it to anywhere else in the world. I'm just trying to raise the standards for those of us who live here to make it a cleaner and better place to live, which I think is not a bad thing to do. So yeah, so I've got my story, front page of the newspaper. I'm quite proud of that. And so that's it. The weather's pretty bad. Everybody's, you know, not depressed, but they're kind of staying indoors and getting on with their work. So that's the topics for this week. Holidays this year, I hear the campsites will be open. I'm guessing that the borders will only be open a little bit with restrictions, so a lot of people will probably holiday in Poland. I have to say, hand on my heart, I love holidaying in Poland. I think it's a lovely country to holiday, and I really enjoy. I go camping, as you know from my videos, in Władysławowo, but I love going around in Poland. I think it's a great place for holidays, the lakes, the sea, the countryside. You can travel around and see nobody. I really enjoy it. So for me, I don't mind actually. I won't be going to London this year probably, which is a little bit disappointing, but you know, I'm fine in Poland if the weather's beautiful. and I got a tent, and we go off camping somewhere. So that's basically everything. The kids are still at home. We're teaching online, so that's keeping me busy anyway. And that's everything, unless you can think of anything. So what I want to say is to everybody that when you write your comments, thank you very much. Some of them are very detailed. I do read them all. I thank you very much for using nice language, and I thank you for having different opinions. That's fantastic as well. It's for me, it's about freedom of speech and your right to express yourself, to agree with me or not agree with me. And maybe that's some of the problems that may be happening in war. So I think people have a right to say what they think, but without using bad language. Oh, yes, that was the other thing. Apparently, the Kajik song on Troika Radio, which was voted #1 song, apparently it's not been banned, but somebody high up in Troika said that it was a miscalculation. And I watched the song yesterday by Kajik. Have to check it out. It's kind of cool with a good video. There's a guy playing the drums and Kajik singing something. Good beat, good tune. What do you think about it? Troika Radio now can't play Kajik song. Maybe you can write down the bottom why. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? It was voted the #1 song, but somebody high up said, no, it's a miscalculation. Kajik, new song. I think it's really good. I like it. I'll put it on my Facebook. So anyway, that's about everything at the moment. If I've forgotten something, please write down below. Whatever you're doing, stay healthy, be safe. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please press a like, please subscribe. Until next week, I'm going to go out with my new kind of trendy mask. Do you like that? It's kind of cool, isn't it? I think it's quite nice, actually. Have a good day, guys. Keep smiling. Be healthy.